Hello, hello, happy Wednesday. Just going live here on Instagram. There you go. Ah, perfect. So, guys, I am here. There you go. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about mistakes. We've had a lot of new people in the Busy Women's group, which I probably should have shared. Maybe I will. Uh, Maybe I'll message Cam and ask him to share this to the Busy Women's group. And I didn't even know if I cut out then. But hello. Yeah, I think it did cut out. Apparently you can't use this and message at the same time. So I've got Instagram up here. Yeah, so today we've had a lot of new members into the Facebook group, into our free Facebook group. So if you want to come and join there, then it's pinned to my page. It's the easiest way to find it on Facebook. If you're on LinkedIn, or if you're on YouTube, or if you're on Instagram, Instagram's linked to my bio as well, actually. But otherwise, just drop me a message. I'll just send you the link and you're good to go. So we've had a lot of new members over the last few weeks, and I see a lot of people that are new in their journey, which is great. I love to see people starting and being like, this is what I want to do. And it's really, really nice to see. But I also see a lot of mistakes. I'm like, I used to do that. And it's really difficult for me to just go up to someone and say, hey, you're doing that wrong. Imagine if you're at the gym and like someone comes up to you and, hey, you're doing this wrong. You'd be like, fuck yourself, mate. Like, I didn't ask for your opinion. So instead, I'm going to share the mistakes that I made when I started to try and lose weight. And there are many. And not even like when I first started, like through the whole journey, I made mistakes. And on my journey, I've lost about 40 pounds. And I've gone like, I lost weight and then I gained muscle and then I lost weight and then I gained muscle. And then, so it hasn't been like a bump down like that. Because we have to go through these phases. And although it's uncomfortable, you have to gain weight if you want to look good. Like that's just an inconvenient truth. Hey, Sam. It's an inconvenient truth. You have to gain weight to look good. At some point, you can't just keep going down. You have to go up. And this might mean in a like health thing, like as in, okay, I need to focus on my health versus being in weight loss phase. It could be something to do with that. Or it could be that you need to gain muscle to look toned rather than just looking skinny, and all of the above, right? So you have to gain weight at some point in your journey to lose weight. And people don't like that. Like, I don't want to gain weight. I'm already fat. So like, well, at least when you're gaining weight, when it's controlled, it's controlled. So you do it on purpose, and it's not something you should be worried about then, because okay, well, I should be gaining this, and that doesn't give you an excuse to eat shit. So in the bodybuilding, weightlifting kind of space, there's something called lean bulking, which is where you build muscle in a healthy way, in a clean way, with clean foods. And then there's dirty bulking, which is when you just eat shit to get your calories up. So obviously one is going to be better than the other. Like I've got steps doing my makeup. Yes. One's going to be better than the other for health wise, but I don't know. I suppose you could dirty bulk if you really wanted to, if you're that way inclined. But then you are more likely to go way over and gain fat than muscle. Anyway, I digress. Let's come back. So some of the biggest mistakes that I made throughout my journey. The first one was I wanted to lose weight so much that I was doing stupid shit. I was doing stupid shit. Sometimes I would do like CrossFit in the morning. I'd go to the gym in the morning and then do CrossFit at night. Sometimes I would go to CrossFit in the morning and do the gym at night, or do a run at night. So I'd work out like twice a day. Listen, if you are just starting out, you do not need to be going to the gym or exercising twice a day. You do not need to be doing 75 hard. You do not need to be smashing it. You do not need to be doing a shitload of running and weightlifting and cardio and classes. You don't need to do it, right? Don't be ridiculous. One thing at a time. If you're just starting, go to the gym 3 times a week. Not a CrossFit gym, an actual gym. Go and lift some weights. Or if you're too scared to go to the gym, work out at home. Do 3 weightlifting programs. Days a week. That's where you start. Okay, you don't start doing double days like I did. I was dumb. I was stupid, and it ruined the possibility later. It made life really difficult when I tried to lose weight later on because I plateaued. But I was already lifting twice a week. So what am I going to do now? Twice a day. What am I going to do now? Lift 4 times a day? No, can't do that. So start slow. Do the least amount of work possible to elicit the most amount of gain. Okay? Least amount of work. Work smart, not hard. So that was like the first thing. Second thing, I'll call it like 1B, I did CrossFit. That's the other stupid shit I did when I was first trying to lose weight. So I'm one of these people who's like quite competitive with myself. Would I say others? I'm competitive with others if I think I've got a chance of winning. Like if it's a race between me and Cam, I'm not going to bother. I'm not entering that race because I know I'm not going to win. But if it was like me and someone else, I'm like, I might be able to win this. Then I'm competitive. I guess I'm just a realist when it comes to competition. But doing CrossFit really appealed to me because it's like you be you, the best you, go hard. But in reality, it was not doing what I wanted it to. I wasn't losing weight or building the muscle like I wanted to. I was just doing random workouts every day. There was no progressive overload. I was just doing different random shit. And that's the other thing, guys. Like when you are starting out, when you are doing a program, and even when you're not starting out, when you are progressing, you need to make sure that you are following a program. Don't just go in and go, what's free? What's free today? Oh, I got the bicep machine. I'll do that. Oh, and the rowing machine. I'll do that, and then I'll do the leg press machine. No, you need to follow a routine. And so, if you're going 3 times a week, I'd probably do 3 full body days, nice and easy. We are doing a 3-part series. I think it's going to be 3. We're doing a series on how to build a perfect workout program. So you guys can download that when it's done. But you need to follow a plan. And that's just that. I'm sorry, you don't like it. And also, I forgot to put moisturizer on. I'm on one of those days. I haven't done it in order now. God. No, it's gonna be fine. God damn. Okay, anyway, so back to it. And when it comes to your program, you need to be doing the same program for months, right? I used to be this person that would change my program every like 2 to 4 weeks. Next. And in reality, your body isn't getting enough time to adjust to the program. And that's the other thing I thought was confusing my body. Oh, if I keep changing it, my body will never catch up. Aha. It's not how it works. Not how it works. So you need to follow a program so your body can adjust and you can get stronger at those lifts. Because if I'm doing a squat 1 week or for 2 weeks, and then I'm doing a leg press, and then I'm doing a deadlift, and then I'm doing like lunges, like how do I know if I'm getting better? Because I've had the first one, which is like, where do I sit? And the second one, I'm doing a little bit better than yesterday, than last week, but you don't progress because you don't know how far you push. So honestly, like I do the same program for like 4 to 6 months. And a lot of bodybuilders will do the same program 9 months plus, right? So stop trying to confuse the body. That's a dumb mistake that I have made also. The other mistake I made was when I first started, I was like down in the supplements. I'd have like a bulk powder delivery to work, and I'd have like two scoops of protein powder a day, and I'd make sure I'd have my chicken and broccoli for lunch, and then I'd have like a chicken salad for dinner. And yes, that is not very many calories. You're right. I had eggs for breakfast. That's normal. But that's part of the problem. I was trying to eat as little as possible and then trying to supplement as much as possible. If your nutrition is shit, if your lifestyle is shit, if you're sleeping like shit, if your stress is too high, no supplements can help you, right? You're just pissing your money away. Stop it. I even bought BCAAs. We don't need BCAAs, guys. Maybe for a vegan, you might want it. We don't need BCAAs. Stop wasting your money. Put it on something more helpful, like a program. Like go and buy a good program. Okay, that's the other thing to do. Talking of programs, I'll go into this one now. I'll come back to my food. I thought when I was first training, I was training at a gym, and I was like, do you know, personal trainers charge too much. They charge like £30 an hour, which in the US that is ridiculously cheap, because in the US it's like $100 an hour, right? So it's like £85 an hour, and maybe in London it is, but in Swansea it's like £30 an hour. They charge £30 an hour. That is £90 if you go 3 times. That's £90 a week, and then maybe you've got the one extra for the month or whatever. But call it £400. £400 a month. £400. That's a ridiculous amount of money to pay. £400, and I still think it is. Oh, 12 hours, or 13 hours. I still think it's a ridiculous amount of money to pay. But I thought, when I'm a personal trainer, if I was a personal trainer, because I wasn't trained at the time, if I was a personal trainer, I would charge like as little as possible to help as many people as possible. And then I started personal training, and I was like, do you know what? The amount of time it cost me to, and the amount of money it cost me to pay for courses, to do like traveling to different courses, get my qualifications, the amount of time and experience that I got because of the amount of money and energy and time that I put in, like I deserve to be paid well for what I am doing. Now, like I said, do I think personal training is a waste of money? Yes. I mean, I didn't say that, but so I insinuated. But would I spend £400 on someone to stand there and count my reps? No, I would not, because I think it's a waste of money. And I am very much for being good with money, for a good money mindset. So instead of, and also like in my experience since then, doing things for cheap or free, typically people are like, it doesn't matter if I don't put the effort in. And I want people to get results, right? So I'm not going to charge people so I can stand there and count their reps. It's a waste of money. If you have got a problem with your form or an injury, perhaps you should see a physio, but like maybe then I would be like, yeah, okay. Or as long as you've had your induction session, I think you should be good to go. You've got a good program with videos on how to do your exercises. You should be fine and dandy, right? So that is another mistake. I thought that I didn't need to pay for help. I thought like, oh yeah, whatever. Now, since then, I've spent thousands and tens of thousands of pounds on someone, multiple people, not just one person, lucky duck, on multiple people to help me get to where I am through courses, through, mentorships, through my own weight loss coaches or fitness coaches, whatever you want to kind of call them. And I've learned that I do not know everything. Shock horror. And I think when we first start, we're very much like, oh, I know, I just use this calculator online and it told me to hit these numbers, so I'm cool. It's like, wrong answer. That's another mistake I made. I used a fucking calculator. Or no, I was so dumb when I first started. So go in to our group, or any group, right? I'm just using mine as an example. Go into our group. It is free. I'm not selling you anything. And ask questions. Go in and learn. Go in and say, hey, does this look good? Hey, has anyone got any tips on this? Hey, what could I be doing? Fucking ask questions, guys. Like, that is the most important thing you can do to get anywhere in life. If you start a job, you don't know how to use the photocopier. Do people still use photocopiers? I'm going to say yes. Then you're not going to sit there and be like, you'd be like, excuse me, how do you use this? And that's how you learn. If you want to like get a promotion, you do a course, or you like ask them, hey, how do I go up in this establishment? Okay, I'm weak on this area. Can you mentor me in this, right? Olympians have coaches. Olympians have nutritionists, and they have coaches, and they have, psychologists and all this kind of stuff. So you asking for a little bit of help in a Facebook group, which you can even do anonymously. Guys, I think let's drop the ego as if we start to learn. So that was one of my things I would have told myself, like, fucking drop the ego, Faye, fuck all. Yeah, you've done hours of research. Yeah, you've got a qualification in personal training, but that does not apply to the real world. I'm going to be honest, it doesn't. The personal training qualifications are outdated. They do not translate into uh, real world events. They don't translate into real bodies. Like the machines at the gym are made for 5'10", I think it is, men. They don't fit women the same. And so women can't move the same majority of the time as men can on these machines. Even like a squat. How many times have you guys heard, don't put your knees over your toes, keep your knees behind your toes? Outdated. I saw someone at the gym the other day, a personal trainer at the gym, and they had their client bodyweight squatting. So they didn't have a weight or anything. And the guy had put like a PVC pipe in front of the girl's knees, as in to say, like, well, behind the toes, but in front of the knees to say, don't go past this point. Guys, you should be able to, like, oh, I say that like generally, but like if you squat, your knees go over your toes, that's fine. Have you ever seen an Olympic athlete squat without their knees going over their toes? No. Okay. But that's what you learn in the personal training qualifications. They're outdated and they don't translate. There's my rant on that. So the problem was, the mistake that I made was thinking that I knew everything and thinking that learning from someone or paying a personal trainer wasn't worth it. Well, again, some feel that way. But back to calories and macros. So supplementing, spending hundreds a month on supplements was ridiculous, guys. So don't do it. You do not need it, okay? Unless you've got like real issues, you should be going to the doctor about that. You shouldn't need like a shit ton of supplements. So I was taking two shots. I did it again. 2 scoops of protein powder a day. You don't need that. Okay, just one. If you can get over 100 grams of protein without it. So you put your food in and you're like, oh, I've only hit like 90 grams of protein. I'll just have a protein shake. No, we don't do that. We have extra food and maybe we get to like 110 and then we bump up. Then we're like, okay, well, I'm at 110. Protein shake, 100, we'll get you to about 135, 140 maybe. Great. Cool. That's fine. But don't use protein shakes, protein powders, protein yogurts. Don't use them all to get your protein target. Like, get real food, right? And that's the other thing when it comes to macros and calories and stuff. I was so obsessed with eating as little as possible instead of fueling myself. And I'd be like really proud of myself. Like, yes, I've eaten under 1,200 calories today. Well, that's nothing to be proud of, Faye. Don't be stupid. I'm going to take you guys over so I can open this window because it's getting warm in here. So yeah, I was like, that is not something we should be proud of. And then like I wouldn't leave the gym until I'd hit 500 calories. Bear in mind, this is my second session. I had first or second session. I would do 2. And then yeah, I'd be like, yes, I burnt like 500 calories. Now I can. Well, first of all, the calories are bullshit. Like we need to stop worrying about those at the gym. But so they're not accurate. So even your watch, not accurate. I've got a Garmin and I've got a Whoop and the machine and I've got a heart rate monitor actually. So like I've got all the gadgets. That's the other thing. I spend a lot of money on gadgets. They all tell me I've burnt different calories. How can they all be different, right? But all right. They can't be. So we don't worry about the calories we burn. Yeah, and I'd be like super proud of myself. Like, yeah, no pain, no gain. Go hard or go home. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I used to do all the bro stuff. I was stupid. But yeah, eating as little as possible, burning as many calories as possible, and being proud of those 2 things is obscene. Please don't. And they're like the biggest mistakes I probably made. I think. Yeah, I think they're like the biggest mistakes I made. There's probably more. I was ridiculous. You guys are probably like, Faye, you've told us this as well. I'm like, yeah, probably. So if I could go back, I would do things like completely differently. I would like not worry about sleep. I'd be like, don't worry about sleep. I don't need it. As long as I'm burning calories. It's like, oh. It's not happening, Faye. Like, that is not what's supposed to happen here. And so really looking into, like, the biggest shift I think I had when I went from like desperately losing weight to improve my health and losing weight was the lifestyle change. Because people always say, I know what to do, I just need to do it. It's like, no, you don't have a clue. Like, I am sorry, but you got your numbers off a calculator. You do not know how to lose weight. You don't know how the body works. You don't understand about hormones. You don't understand the impact, the psychological and behavioral effect of what you're doing in your life, what you're putting into your mouth, and how you're exercising, and how that impacts weight loss. You probably don't. If you're a client, you probably do. Sam probably knows because she's a client. She's been taught it. She's going through it. She understands. But in reality, people don't teach us stuff. Apart from me and Cam, we teach it in the group, in the free group, guys. So don't be like, "Face trying to sell us something." Come to our free group. It is free. So if I could go back, I would start from the basics. I would train 3 times a week, either at home or at the gym. Ideally at the gym, right? I'm not going to lie. Ideally at the gym. But if you want to start at home, that is fine. Then for food, I would be hitting my protein target. I wouldn't worry about calories. Wouldn't worry about them. Hit my protein target, which, for you guys who do not know, it is 1 gram per pound of body weight. If you're over 180, 200 pounds, then go to goal body weight. Most of our clients sit somewhere between 120 and 160 grams of protein a day. So you can aim somewhere around there. You're good. I aim for 160 to 180, run up to a shoot. When I'm not going to shoot, 140 to 160, right? So just as a thing, I'm 5 foot. I'm 5 foot 4.9, almost 5 foot. Although that was a while ago, so I might be a little bit shorter now. But that is what you do. So if I'm 150 pounds, right, then I would aim for 150 grams of protein a day. That is it. If you're 160 pounds, 160 grams. 140 pounds, 140 grams. That's where you start. And then you change it from there. But that is where you start. So I wouldn't worry about calories, start at protein. And then there's other things that we'd move on to, right? Fiber, fats, carbs, carb timings, carb types, and we do the more advanced stuff. For the basics, protein, don't forget, like 10%, like one serving of 25 grams, 30 grams through a shake, no more. So it'll be like triple scooping up, right? So hit your protein, don't worry about calories. 3 times a week at the gym, get your steps in, move as much as possible. Not like, oh, I need to do, like, take these stairs, park further away, like really easy things. Walk around the apartment, walk around your house, go for a walk to get some water, come back, put your water down, go to the toilet, come back, sit down. Don't like go for a pee on your way to get water. I know it's super effective, like, and productive for time, but when it comes to losing weight, you want to be moving as regularly as possible. If you have got the capacity, the space, the financial resources, and a job that allows you to, if you work from home, for example, I would buy a walking pad, walk, type and walk, not all at once, or at least a standing desk, like one or the other. I'm standing here doing my makeup, I could sit down, I'm standing. So think about the amount of calories that I'm burning just like moving back and forth like this, right? How many times have I done this through this whole thing? Not consciously, but my body is moving, so it means I'm burning calories. And handsy also, right? I'm a handsy speaker. So move as much as possible, but genuinely don't like, oh, I've got to go for a run, or I've got to go to some exercise, or I need to go to class. Like, be sensible and get active hobbies as well. That's a really good tip. Like when I was back home, when I was trying to lose weight, I would hike, I'd go up the mountains, I'd go for walks, I'd spend time doing active things. Like at Christmas, we went axe throwing, right? So it's like a hobby or like a date or wherever kind of like you can hang out with your friends, but it's something active. You do like adventure golf, escape rooms, get you thinking, but also moving. So do something that is going to be either physical or mentally demanding, right? So, or even a hike doesn't have to be demanding, but you're moving. So get a hobby that is active. Hey, Claire. So hobbies that are active, hitting protein, gym 3 times a week, moving as much as possible, and not use a fucking calculator for anything. Don't use a calculator for anything, right? When it comes to weight loss, it's that crap. So I think they're the biggest mistakes I made. They're the biggest tips I would bring in. Oh yeah, and then concentrate on lifestyle. So stress and sleep. Stress being the number one. I would concentrate on that first. The majority of people that are in our group, the majority of our clients, myself, not so much Cam, I feel like he doesn't stress, but the majority of our women in our group, and the men don't really stress either, that's weird. But the majority of women that we have that are clients or in the group struggle with some sort of stress. So nail that first. Okay, so you've got your 5 or 6 tips there. You've heard about all of my stupid mistakes that I've made. Maybe we'll do a podcast on this, guys, as I can see, it's quite a few people across the apps here that are still hanging around. Bad smell, but that's cool. If you need anything, guys, let me know. It is Wednesday. We're doing a live tonight. We've got in the Busy Women's group, we are talking about losing weight for summer. There we go. Perfect. We're going to talk about that. But if you've got any questions in the meantime, let me know. I'm getting through the hormone assessments. I know a ton of you have answered them, so I'm going to get through. I'll get back to you all. Make sure you check your emails and your messages from me and Cam. Macro assessments, hormone assessments, metabolic assessments. They're all. We'll get back to you. If you haven't had an email or a message, just message us, and we'll get back to you soon as possible. Well, have a good one, guys. Okay, Scott. Is that Scott? No. Oh, it's someone else. I don't know who that is. Apologies. Hey, on Instagram. Oh. Claire says, lifestyle changes are the hardest part, but I've seen change in my sleep this week because we've been away. Yeah. And sometimes you don't notice a benefit until it's taken away from you. So, for example, like I journal. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I should journal. And I used to do it every day, religiously, every morning. Get up, journal, get up, journal, get up, journal. And I would like review yesterday. Did I hit my goals? So review, like a quick 2-liner. Then did I hit my 3 goals from yesterday? And then what are my 3 goals for today? I didn't feel a benefit, right? I'm one of these people, I didn't feel a benefit until I stopped doing it. And then I was like, shit, I need to get back on them. So I do it intermittently now when I feel like I've got time, but I do need to make it a priority. But exactly, you don't know you're having good sleep and you're having good lifestyle changes until you have shit sleep, or until you start to bloat again, or you start to feel overwhelmed. So big changes. That's it, guys. I'm going for brunch. Take my laptop, do some work with some eggs. So have a good one. See you tonight at 6 p.m. UK time. 6 p.m. UK time in the group for our talk on losing weight for summer.